Tonight on Win, the pressure is on as the site goes into lockdown on the block. Then, following 60 minutes, it's a fight for bravery and happiness on the boy who wants his leg cut off. And on Gem, Edward Norton stars in the romantic movie The Illusionist.
This is 9 News, first at 5.
Good afternoon. Well, Malcolm Turnbull has unveiled his new look cabinet and revealed Joe Hockey is set to quit Parliament altogether. Let's go live now to political reporter Lauren Giannoli, who's in Perth. Lauren, so who's in?
Well, there's some extensive changes, Alicia.
All right, Lauren, thank you. A female motorcyclist has been killed after being struck by a car in Melbourne's outer northeast. The crash happened at Coldstream about 1:30 this afternoon. Police say the rider veered onto the wrong side of the road, colliding head-on with the four-wheel drive. The male driver of that car, a woman and 2 children, were taken to hospital for observation. A young man has died from a suspected drug overdose after attending a music festival in Sydney. Gabrielle Boyle joins us live now. A terrible tragedy. What have authorities had to say?
Politics.
Well, when 9 News returns, 2 teens stranded on rocks winched to safety. Hundreds of anti-vaxxers rally against no jab, no play. And the unusual train passengers trying to hitch a ride. Two teens have been rescued off Victoria's Mornington Peninsula. The boy and girl, both aged 14, were on an exposed rock 400 metres from the shore at Flinders. But the tide turned and they became stranded. The air wing was called in to winch the pair to safety just after 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Neither of the teens was injured. Hundreds of anti-vaccination direction. All right, time for sport now with Clint Stanaway.
Thanks very much, Alicia. Good afternoon. Coming up, the latest on the AFL finals and how the Roos plan to win through to the decider. Also, Japan stunned South Africa in a World Cup thriller. And the Aussies staring down the barrel of Davis Cup defeat. Confidence is soaring at North Melbourne. The club's leaders adamant they can travel to Perth and upset West Coast, one of the AFL premiership favourites. The Kangaroos secured their spot in the Final Four last night with a big win over Sydney. Jonathan Kersley has more.
It's a cool-off, well worth it.
To progress to the final. We have our fingers crossed for them.
Absolutely. Thanks very much for that, Clint. Well, Beck Judd will have the national weather details for you after the break. But first, here's a look at what's coming up in 9 News at 6.
Good afternoon from the Royal Melbourne Show, where I'm joining you from the Channel 9 News experience, where you can try your own hand at a spot of news or weather presenting from behind the desk. And to the weather now, and a trough and rain band moving up the east coast meant for some cloudy skies, but after yesterday's drenching, falls were lighter today and mostly near the coast and offshore. A cold front moved over South Australia, and tomorrow will continue across the southeast, bringing showers and much colder temperatures, which will then be reinforced by a second front. Rain will be heaviest over Tasmania, with falls up to 25 millimetres possible over the western half, and only a couple of millimetres expected for other areas in light blue, and up to 5 over darker areas. But some sunshine in Sydney tomorrow and a pleasant top of 24, a windy 17 degrees in Melbourne with showers developing. In Brisbane, morning showers will clear to a sunny 24 degrees. Sunshine also for Perth and 23. 17 in Adelaide with the slight chance of a sprinkling. Showers expected for Hobart and 17, and a top of 21 degrees for Canberra, but showers developing. That's it from the Royal Show. It's back to you, Alicia.
Thanks very much for that, Beck. And that is 9's afternoon news for this Sunday. Our next bulletin is coming up at 6 o'clock. I'm Alicia Loxley. Bye for now.
Tonight on Win, the pressure is on as the site goes into lockdown on the block. Then, following 60 minutes, it's a fight for bravery and happiness on the boy who wants his leg cut off. And on Gem, Edward Norton stars in the romantic movie The Illusionist.